haven't done it yet, I'd love to do it, is ayahuasca.
Yeah.
That's been a consistent thing the last 2 years for you, right? You've done.
Yeah, it'll be my third year. I was prepping for it right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Ayahuasca has a very interesting remedy that, a lot of times if you don't understand it and if you don't know it, I highly recommend you stay away from it because it's such a powerful medicine that, dude, you don't want to fuck yourself up, right? I mean, I know individuals who went down it from on a recreational. I can do this, but like your subconscious and your mind is a powerful being.
It is, yeah.
And you have to be in the right mindset and able to kind of take in what's given you, right? If you're not there,
oh, for sure,
you're just gonna go down the rabbit hole again.
Yeah.
So feeling that foundation and learning that I got a good foundation underneath me. I can stand steady. I know the things that the things that went wrong, how I want to resolve that. But then there were still other outlying questions that I couldn't get answers, right? And one was like, why the fuck am I the way I am? Meaning, why am I so driven?
Yeah.
Right? Why do I have to be the best? Why do I have to go get it? Why do I have to get it done? And Aya gave me that answer. And that was one of my intentions, kind of just uncovering that, right? I mean, there's so much more, but the things you learn from it, it's like such a duh, you dummy. It's just, you just didn't give yourself the opportunity to learn that by sitting with yourself and kind of just.
Feels obvious.
Yeah, it was very obvious.
Yeah.
You know what the fucking answer was for me? He's like, why am I that way? Because I left my inner child back in India. And then after that, I completely forgot who that person was. And I just started chasing the American dream. So I was trying to please the kid who was in India, who was broke, fucking walking to school, didn't have, but a couple of pairs of clothes, barely enough to eat. So I'm still, that inner child is still living in me. So you're trying to feed that child but you're not having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like, oh, yeah. So it's like now when I pray, like I sit with my inner child in it.
Interesting. Yeah. So it changed some of that internal conversation.
Trust me, it's trippy as shit. Yeah. Like, I mean, like the inner, like I still remember like myself as an 8-year-old kid standing to the right of me. I'm looking at the stars and the moon. It was New Year's Eve of 2020. Yeah. Right. And the kid's like pouting. It's like, what the fuck are you pouting, dude? It's like, oh man, it's like, just like there was like a house on the hill. They were having a party. They're like, I was like, I just want to have like, a party one day. And then like, I literally teleport myself to that house. For people who are listening I'm not fucking crazy. Trust me. So it's like, it's just, you have the ability to really transform time and space. Yeah. When you're on the medicine. So we literally get to the party and it's my present self having the party. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, we got everything. What the fuck do you need?
We're here. Yeah. We made it. Look at us.
Then I was like, and it's like the key in the lock just opened up. It's like, oh, you came here to tell me. It's like, hey man, you need to have a conversation with yourself a little bit more about where you were and where you're at and be at peace.
I like what you're saying about sort of preparing and going into it, because it's the difference of turning it into almost like a valuable experience versus like a crazy trip. Yeah. In a way. And like, seems like a lot of sort of the prep stuff that you were doing put you in a position for it to be a lasting impact versus a crazy experience. Yeah.
Because if I didn't uncover that, like it would have been really bad for me. Right? Yeah. I mean, I've seen some shit when it goes on those journeys, because it takes you into places that you didn't even know existed. And if you don't know how to deal with it, it can break you.
I can imagine. Well, I sort of can imagine from other things, but what would you say to someone who's interested in doing it, like, or who would like to have that sort of experience, but like, where do you think they should start? It's because to me, it sounds like it's not just the let's go down and, next weekend. Like, do you think it should start a month in advance, or like, how would you sort of run someone through that?
I studied this for a year before I even took a step towards it. Right. I'm an avid, like, I'm not going to get into something without me really understanding it. Yeah. Right. That's the inner Indian in me. He's like, I gotta understand everything before I do it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I don't, not that I condone it, or what's the word? It's like, not trying to push somebody or push away from it.
Yeah. You're not trying to sell
me,
it. You're just,
for me, it's just like it just, as I say, you know, when you're in love, you're in love. Like when you need some Aya, she'll come to you. Right. So it's like, just be patient, go with the flow, man. And everything kind of, you know, happens in a natural way of life as it should. Right. Don't force it and think that, oh, I'm going to go drink Aya and I'm going to have all the answers. No, you're going to be fucking more lost. So like have the base foundation figured out, kind of really set the right intentions and understand and be open.